Namaste, Hamisha खुश रहो बिटिया. My name is JVN Manisha Singh. Today I am teaching you transport of foodstuffs by sea and cooling of cargo in transit. Subject is food storage and transport, and in discipline food and biotechnology. Now let's start the topic. Food products have always traveled to be sold far from where they produced, and especially when they cannot be produced locally. Limited in the past by the problem of transportation and preserving food, international food trade has developing rapidly over recent decades. Cereals, fruits, vegetables, meat, and milk now travel across oceans and continents thanks to increasingly safe and efficient modes of transport. The choice of the means of transport depends on various constraints such as cost, the distance to be traveled, and the product. Then, air freight is used to transport food with a limited shelf life between the continents, such as asparagus and mangoes, for example. And sea freight is less expensive and plays a major role with specialized vessels such as refrigerated cargo and container ships. Whichever mode of transport is chosen, food still have a complicated journey which becomes longer as food passes through the various production, packaging and distribution centers, adding food extra food miles. Consumers at the end of the chain are likely to use their cars when they go for shopping. At the end of the day, food may have traveled thousands of miles before reaching our plates, miles which have an environmental cost. Sea freight temperature controlled logistics. In the few last years, the price of air freight has been an incline. As a result, pharmaceutical companies all over the world are looking the alternative cost-effective methods of transporting their life-size products, similarly food products. Sea freight is the major alternative and is becoming increasingly more viable in comparison to the air freight. Around 20% food payloads are moved via ocean freight. However, it's forecast this will increase to approximately 75% within the next decade. So, why sea freight containers? Because it is cost effective. Sea freight temperature control logistics is substantially cheaper when compared to the air freight shipping, less risky. Sea freight offers a more controlled environment in comparison to the air freight. There are fewer control points and disruptions as sea freight cargo will not be touched until it reaches its destination. It is easier to monitor. Sea freights are continuously improving, and most services offer real time tracking and monitoring, further reducing the risk factor. Fewer temperature exertions. This provides an unbroken cold chain and less exposure to ambient temperatures. Management, you need to manage your lead times and processes. Take them both into consideration. Seasonal products. Transporting seasonal products to the market, that is flu vaccine, sea freight will always be slower than the air freight. Tenders. Specification require products to travel by the air. A mindset change needs to happen. Agility, that is, the pharmaceutical industry cannot reach to very short lead times in accessible location, that is, delivering temperature controlled products to remote inland locations via sea freight can be time consuming. Now, pulling of cargo in transit. Cargo systems are designed to withstand Cargo systems are designed to withstand a certain service temperature. If this is below ambient temperature, the system has to be cooled down to the temperature of the cargo before cargo transfer. For LNG and ethylene, the stress and thermal shock caused by an over rapid cool down of the system could cause brittle fracture. Cool down operations should be carried out carefully in accordance with the instructions. Initial cooldown of cargo tanks. Cooldown is an operation to pre-cool cargo tanks and lines required before taking on cryogenic LNG. Cargo tank cooldown is carried out by spraying LNG through the spray nozzles of each cargo tank using LNG received from the shore terminal. The cool down operation from an ambient temperature to a plant temperature is called initial cool down and is to be differentiated from an ordinary cool down operation carried out by ballast voyage. Before LNG can be introduced into the cargo system of the LNG vessel, the system and in particular the cargo tanks have to be cooled down to a temperature close to that of the LNG which is to be loaded, because the reasons are as follows. First of all, vapor generation. If the LNG is introduced directly into the warm tanks, the LNG will almost immediately turn into vapor, and LNG has a liquid to gas expansion ratio is 1 is to 600. Therefore, to enable the liquid to be loaded into the tank at a reasonable loading rate, necessity of large compressors would be required to remove the vapor generated in the process. By reducing the cargo tank temperature, the amount of the heat that is available to transfer into the heat, the LNG is minimized. Consequently, the amount of vapor generated can be maintained within the reasonable limits. Then cargo tank material. Most cargo tanks are constructed of stainless steel, which is a material that retains its flexibility and strength characteristics over the temperature range being considered minus 180 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. However, problem could occur if the material is subjected to very local and rapid cooling, such as when a small droplet of LNG comes into contact with a warm tank wall. Because of the transfer of the heat from the wall into the liquid, the temperature at the particular point will decrease rapidly, causing large thermal stresses to arise between the point and surrounding material. This could lead to stress cracking. Pipe tower construction. The tower which constructs the pipework within the tank is constructed of stainless steel bar. If subjected to rapid cooling, thermal stress within the material can be excessive, leading to the material cracking. All the three reasons are of equal importance, as such, if not carefully controlled, can have a significant impact on the tank structure and overall safety of the vessel. Hope you all are satisfied with this session. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. If you have any query, please mention it in a comment box. I will resolve them whenever we have a live session. Thank you so much for watching this video.